British Prime Minister Johnson barely survived Partygate, but now Pestminster threatens to catch up with him again. And that's definitely not for the first time. When the porn MP Neil Parish lectured the British Prime Minister about morality in politics, it was clear that Boris Johnson had a problem. The 58-year-old had once again acted as is it his way. A scandal arises, the Prime Minister wants to sit out the case, but under public pressure, he is forced to act. The problem is, while Johnson pushed his party friend Parish, who had been observed watching porn in the boardroom, directly out of Parliament, Christopher Pincher was initially allowed to keep his seat. The previous deputy chief whip of Johnson's Conservative Party had, very drunk, groped two men. Only after violent protests was Pincher initially excluded from the faction, but only while the investigations are ongoing. Not only Parish then spoke of what they call double standards. So, welcome to Pestminster, as the plagued London parliamentary district of Westminster is disparagingly called now. The Pincher and Parish cases are just the latest excitement. Johnson's Tories in particular have staggered from one sexual harassment scandal to the next 4 years. Ex-MP Charlie Al-Fiqi has been jailed for sexual assault, as has ex-MP Imran Khan for sexually abusing a 50-year-old. Most recently, an unnamed Tory MP was arrested for rape. He is free on bail. And that is just the tip of the iceberg. Harassment, sexism and misogyny. 5 years of Pestminster, the Huffington Post recently noted. And the magazine Politico stated in April that it seemed that the country had been going through the same charade every few months since 2017. The shock of revelations was followed by empty promises of zero tolerance and reforms, only that nothing changes and the cycle starts again a few months later. The New Statesman magazine commented, "Elected officials with a lot of power seem to think that their status in Parliament means that neither the law nor the rules of common decency apply to them." Well, their boss is showing that. Police investigations into sexual misconduct are ongoing against around 9% of the 650 members of the House of Commons. Government members also become conspicuous. The fact that surveillance cameras documented how the married health secretary Matt Hancock kissed a close colleague in his office is still one of the harmless events in Westminster. Hancock resigned. Johnson himself is said to have been caught in a clearly compromising situation in his office with his now wife Carrie in 2018 when he was Secretary of State. Several media reported that the Prime Minister had repeatedly tried to help his companion to get lucrative government jobs, but Downing Street denies this. Johnson is also in the thick of the Pestminster scandal. He denies knowing about the long-standing allegations against Whip Pincher. His once most important advisor, Dominic Cummings, now his greatest enemy, disagreed. "Johnson is lying again," is what Cummings tweeted. Rather, Johnson joked long before the appointment that the MP was a pincher by name and a pincher by nature. Well, you know what that word means in English. The new scandal comes at a bad time for Johnson. He has just left the Partygate affair about illegal Corona celebrations into Downing Street behind for the time being. Admittedly, with a quite few bruises, such as an internal party vote of no confidence that was narrowly won. Now his handling of Pestminster could cost the Prime Minister further support within his own ranks. In addition, a real reform is not in sight. It's easier to laugh at the absurdity of a congressman or an MP claiming he accidentally clicked on porn while Googling for tractors than to defoliate a culture that encourages fellow workers to harass their employees, was a comment of the New Statesman. It must first be recognized how bad and unacceptable the situation is, and how ashamed they should be that Westminster is so well known for sexual misconduct that they created their own word for it. And one thing is clear, Pestminster is not over. And I'll see you in my next video. Chill eine Runde.